Have a problem, talk direct to me. Shine down the place if you want to step to me. Yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. For a moment I thought that I had lost this video. So I found it and I am trying to put it together so that I can share what I've discovered a few days ago. Right? Okay, I have been asked several questions by my students with regards to fish keeping, right? They have asked me several questions with regards to how you keep fish, how often do you feed them, some really cute question, and in some sense, really candid question. For example, a student asked me once, why is it that fish actually eat so much? And I said, why do you say that? They said that because fish mouth is always moving, and so therefore I took that opportunity to explain to them that fish actually get the oxygen from the water. So as the water passes through their gills, it actually pulls the oxygen in the water, and the oxygen is carried into the bloodstream. Right? So to some persons, fish keeping is one of the simplest hobby, right? So you keep dog, you keep cat, keep birds, and some persons keep fish, and saying that, hey, this is one of the easiest pet that I can ever have, right? They have the idea that it's only two things alone they need to concentrate on. One, feeding the fish every so often, and two, doing irregular water change, right? Yeah, I've actually debunked that and shared, that this is not so. Really, it's really a technical thing, right? Fish keeping is a bit more than that, and it involves a routine, right? And we have gone through several of these videos where I showed you the routine for fish keeping. The fish food that we eat, the fish food that we actually feed our fish can actually make our fish sick, right? Some persons have this idea that they power feed the fish and they just feed the fish small pieces of feed like ever so often, so as to get their fish looking fat and nice and pretty, right? To me, I think that you should feed your fish according to how you would actually consume your meal on a daily basis. For example, whenever you eat in between meals, it is said by the doctor that will give you upset stomach, and that will also later on make you sick, right? So you must eat 3 defined meals per day: breakfast, lunch, dinner. Some persons might have some illnesses, so they might eat some sweet bars in between, right? Okay, it's really dangerous to overfeed your fish, yes. So this topic was covered by myself and Mr. Eamon himself, right, a few months ago. We look at overfeeding your fish and how you know the fish is overweight, right? Really and truly, fish doesn't really eat more than what it can actually manage, right? The thing is, overfeeding your fish is more dangerous than a fish that is overweight, and that might sound complicated, right? Yeah, overfeeding your fish is more easier to do than getting your fish to be overweight. Meaning that when your fish is overfed, a lot of feed is placed into the aquarium, and the fish doesn't necessarily eat that fish, consume that feed, right? The fish doesn't necessarily consume that feed. What happens is that the fish consume what it wants and leave what it doesn't want. What ends up happening is that the feed in the aquarium will eventually rotten, right? Or get rotten, right? And so therefore what you find is that there's an excessive amount of nitrates, nitrites, ammonia within the aquarium, which actually acts as like a poison to the fish. So eventually the fish will die if steps are not taken so as to manage the situation, right? So it's important for you not to do that. Here are some interesting pointers you should note when you consider fish keeping. But before I go into that, it's important to note that with regard to your aquarium, be mindful that if your fish is swimming against a stream or a tide, or it's swimming because of the the water jets in the aquarium is just pushing out very powerful, and your fish is actually swimming, you know, like it's like swimming again. You say that the fish is exercising and building up its muscles, right? Not necessarily so. What happened is that the fish is actually retarding its growth so as to manage the whole idea of swimming against the current. So therefore, if you do that, if your aquarium or your tank or your pond have too much currents in it that prevents the fish from swimming from one side to the next without much effort, what will happen is that fish will grow very slowly or probably don't grow none at all. Alright, so here are some pointers in which you should know regarding fish keeping. Feed fish only what it can eat within 5 minutes. 2. Compare feeding a fish with feeding yourself. If you do not eat in between meals, don't feed the fish in between meals. I disagree with power feeding. Some persons might disagree with me, but I disagree with power feeding because this will cause problems later on. This might cause problems later, right? Bear in mind that fish also have cancer, tumor, high blood pressure, heart attack, right? Yes, fish do have these according to scientists. So therefore, what you are doing, you are actually setting up the fish to have some natural lifestyle diseases, right? That's what they call it, right? Yeah, lifestyle disease. Alright, cool. So only feed the fish the amount of time that you actually eat. So if you eat 3 times a day, feed the fish 3 times a day. If you eat 2 times a day, feed the fish 2 times a day. Alright? And periodically, you may choose to skip a meal based on the fact that the fish has enough microscopic organisms within the aquarium, tank, or pond to, you know, satisfy its intake of food, right? Because I deal with ponds, so therefore the whole idea of feeding my fish every day is not really necessary because I have algae, plus I have microscopic organisms, plus I have mosquito larvae, plus I have different things that exist within the pond that the fish consume on a daily basis. So I feed, but not like how probably you would feed within your aquarium, right? Number 3, now fish loses energy during maintenance. Fish loses energy during maintenance. Now to actually take a fish from out of the aquarium, put it in a container, and then change the water, and then put back the fish into the container or the aquarium, that is actually stressing the fish, and the fish will eventually lose energy because, you know, it's just trying to get an idea as to what is going on, right? So as much as possible, never do 100% water change. Can go up to like 70, 80%. At least you have that little base of water there. But to do 100% water change, that is a no-no. I did it the other day and I lost 3 large 7-inch Jack Dempsey, and it hurt me, right? But that's it. Number 5, aquarium filtration system have strong currents, as I said before, and if the currents are too strong, it will retard the growth of your fish, right? This is so as energy being used to withstand strong currents could be used to help the fish to grow. In reality, high energy reduces the fish growth if the activities are continuous. This is Riley for another Fish Keeping Jamaica. I hope that this video was of interest to you. Have an awesome day. Bye bye. See you next time. Peace.